corner. This one's a super exciting video. I raced against F3 cars, over 30 of them at the Silverstone GP layout. And wow, was it dramatic. This weekend I was running with a different series, Monoposto, which run a mixed single-seater grid of over 42 cars, the majority of which are pre-2011 F3 cars. Of course, Magnussen Beckett's was the highlight of this track. It was going to be very interesting going into these corners with a lot less downforce than some of the F3 cars. But in the next video, I'm going to explain a little about the background of the weekend, some of the cars that were involved, how I got on during testing and over the weekend, and also, interestingly, how I met Jimmy Broadbent and overtook him on Silverstone circuit. So make sure to like and subscribe to my channel to see some of the behind the scenes footage and more onboard action, and also the onboard from race 2. Nothing like a last minute double check with your team manager just to ensure that you understand the starting procedure correctly. In our F1000 championship, it is always a standing grid start, but I was excited to do something new and different this time, and not to mention after my appalling start where I stalled it twice at Alton Park, probably a bit of a saving grace here. Warming up the tyres. This red car was a little bit frustrating, leaving a little bit too much of a gap in my opinion. Everyone else was quite bunched up at the front and here behind me, as you can see. Obviously we're not professionals, you need to leave a bit of a gap just in case anything goes wrong on the start. So I was trying to sort of push him along, try and close the gap up a bit, just like the guys behind me. Starting P11 out of 42. And we're ready to go racing. Redlining second there, probably a bit of a mistake, but fortunately flicked up to third without losing any time and actually managed to get the guy around the outside going into Copse here. Going a little wide, very wide on the exit, but during the first lap it's accepted. Now I backed off here to let the F3 through as he had the inside line, but really I should have not let off as much of the throttle and I ended up letting Matty back through, so I had some work to do to catch up. Matt in that other blue F1000 was very fast through 4th and 5th gear. I know he had a new engine for the weekend, so maybe it was that. Some of you might be wondering what's happening here. Coming out of Stowe, it should be Vale left and then Club right. Notice the big bump here. On the morning of the race, they switched to the historic layout. It didn't have Club and Vale. So unfortunately, they only told us this on the morning, even though the day before we tested on the full GP layout. And that's the yellow flag and a safety car light that we can see now. So gonna have to keep the pace up just to try and get to the safety car and then just basically hold position. Everyone working to keep their tyres and brakes warm. The safety car sign's still on there, but the leader goes. So everyone sort of puts their foot down and we're off in a nice line here. But you can still see on the left there the safety car light flashing. So I was a bit confused at this point, but just following everyone. On the left there you can see a car actually broke down, so it's just rolling off the track, which actually was great because they didn't cause another safety car. Good pace here through Copse. Hanging on to the back of Matt here and the rest of the group. There's still a safety car sign, which I think is a bit off-putting, a bit confusing here. But on the right there, it's gone to green now, so I'm confident we're a go. And Matt's taking it a bit slow, a bit easy through here, so we're right on his gearbox now, in his slipstream, which is working wonders. But the second we go out though, we just lose all pace at that speed. I mean 144 is pretty fast, but managed to just stick it down the inside and make it work. Missed the apex by a mile and end up going off. Obviously have to be delayed on the throttle because we're on the grass, and Matt goes flying back through. So big mistake there, lost position that we had just gained. And struggling quite a lot with the gear change, which nearly makes me lose another position. So I had to defend. Jumping ahead 2 laps, not a huge amount happened there. Just sticking with the rear cam though, as I was here mostly defending, as I was trying to catch up to the guys in front. Like Matt's found some traffic up ahead, so we're getting pretty excited here that we're hopefully going to be able to catch him. But then we notice him slowing down even more, hand up and moving to the right, so he's got an issue with the car. I put my hand up, not feeling good about that at all. Obviously I'd rather beat him on track than having him retire into the pits, but that's motor racing at the end of the day. So we're out into P1 in class. Coming onto the straight, notice one of the F3 cars I've been following getting stuck into a little bit of traffic here, so it depends how we can navigate it. Unfortunately that guy's blocking the apex, so I've had to slow right down, but keeping the foot down, managed to go around this guy down the inside, and we're right up behind P7 now, so really looking for an opportunity to overtake here. Going for the switchback. Get the move done. So I'm definitely happy with the result, finishing P6 in my first Monoposto race and P1 in class, but obviously don't feel too great about it considering Matty was ahead of me and had an issue with his car. I did overtake him multiple times on the track though, so I feel that it was definitely there. but he had a lot more consistency. Keep an eye out for the next race video, race 2. It was very intense with another safety car, but the restart was absolutely chaotic.